In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus.
Good morning. We're in Genesis chapters 2 and 3, and there are many things I want you to see. First of all, I want you to see that in chapter 2, verse 16, God's very first commandment is that you enjoy the garden. Enjoy the bananas and the apples and the fruit. All the trees of the garden are available to you. I command you to enjoy them. Oh, the preacher gets hung up on the commandments of God. Well, his first commandment was that you would enjoy his creation. Another thing that I want you to see is Adam was given authority to name all the animals. Oh, if Adam came up with a name that God didn't like, aardvark or giraffe, God didn't say, no, Adam, you can't name it aardvark. God said, you named it aardvark, it's an aardvark. Because Adam was given the authority. God created us in his own image and gave us authority in this realm. There's another thing that I want you to see. When Adam and Eve were put out of the garden, cherubim were placed to guard the garden so that Adam and Eve wouldn't come back into the garden and eat from the tree of life and be stuck in their dead state. You remember God said, if you eat from one tree in the middle of the garden, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you will surely die. So once they did eat from that tree, they were in a dead state. And if they'd eaten from the tree of life, then they'd have been stuck dead for all eternity. See, you're going to live forever. That's why you need eternal life. Well, back to the cherubim. They're guarding Adam and Eve so they can't go back into the garden. That's significant because cherubim were embroidered on the veil that separated people from the Holy of Holies in the temple. When the veil was torn from top to bottom at Jesus' crucifixion, the cherubim were separated. So we are welcome now in the Holy of Holies. We are welcome in the presence of God. We are welcome again in the garden. Oh, that's a big deal. We'll talk about that some more when we talk about the creation of the veil and also the crucifixion of Jesus that separated the cherubim by tearing that veil. Well, what I want to talk about today mainly is the sin. You remember God said, if you eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you will surely die. Well, in chapter 3 and verse 4, the serpent said to the woman, you will surely not die. See, the serpent is really crafty. It says in Genesis 3 verse 1, the serpent was more crafty than any beast of the field. The serpent comes, Satan comes and deceives us in a very crafty way. Look at verse 5. This is one of the things that I want you to see. God knows that in the day that you eat from the tree, your eyes will be opened and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. And so, verse 6, when the woman saw that the tree was good for food and that it was a delight to the eyes and that the tree was desirable to make one wise, she took from it and she ate, and she gave also to her husband who was with her, and he ate also. I want you to see sin always looks good. Eve saw that it was attractive and it was good for food and good to make you wise. There's always a positive aspect to sinful behavior, but it will always lead you in places you don't want to go. But that's not the biggest thing that I want you to see. When it said that you will be like God, knowing good and evil, the sin issue was not that they ate from the tree. The sin issue was not even that they were disobedient to God. I've heard that sermon several times. No, the issue was they did not trust God. Satan didn't even say, you need to be trusting me. No, Satan said, eat from the tree and trust yourself. You will be wise. You will be like God. You can make the decisions on your own. Trust yourself. So who are you trusting? Do you have faith in your own bank account? Do you have faith in your own abilities? Is your faith in what man can do? Oh, are your health issues something that you trust the doctor with? And on I could go with how we trust ourselves instead of trusting God, and that is the sin issue. See, we're in the place of Adam and Eve now. Are we going to trust God or are we going to trust ourselves? Eternal life is all about trusting God with everything. Without faith, it's impossible to please God. Anything that's not of faith is sin. Our money says, in God we trust. Well, do we really? My niece had a sign on her bedroom wall that had a picture of a frog and said, F-R-O-G, fully rely on God. God bless you as you frog today. I'll see you tomorrow.
Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You can have all this world, but give me Jesus.